After a full day off Fortnite, I figured it was time to return to the mic and give my review on the Winter Royale duos that just concluded. Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Krashy, and today I wanted to share my thoughts and experiences on the Fortnite Winter Royale duos event. From formats, my personal experience, some controversy, and even some awesome clips from the event, so stay tuned for that. But before we dive into it, drop a like on the video and subscribe with post notifications on. Every single like really helps out the channel. We have a lot of new subs, so make sure to be welcoming in the comments, and let me know if you're new here. I definitely want to say hey. So where do we start? The Winter Royale Duos event was a 3-day event featuring 3 different competitive formats on a variety of regions and platforms for a prize pool of over $15 million. And actually, after they infused a little bit more money into it, I think someone on Reddit said somewhere around 20 to 23 million, so pretty crazy. Friday featured a pretty terrible format in my opinion, with eliminations being 1 point each and victory royales were 15 points. It kind of started as a W Key Cup where everybody was just doing their best to get points at a stable rate, but eventually it turned into a situation where the only way to place well was to get a win. If I remember correctly, my partner and I had 2 second place finishes, so that definitely was my least favorite day of the event. It just sucks to fall just a little bit short of like 30 extra points. Luckily, the day 2 format was much better, featuring a variety of placement points, where my partner and I scored 106 points, just 3 points shy of the 109 needed to place top 1500 in the money for North America East. Unfortunately, we weren't able to secure the bag, but I do still feel pretty proud of my performance, and I think it's enough to keep me grinding, or maybe even help push me to try to improve for future events. I do have some plans on the non-competitive side of things in terms of being a player, so we'll stay tuned for that. I'll definitely try to keep you guys updated, but I definitely think I just enjoy competing too much to walk away from it in full. Day 3 held a similar format to day 2. It was just a bit more conservative on placement points, and while it wasn't my favorite of the 3 formats, I didn't totally hate it. I just personally don't care for placement thresholds, and I think if they are to be in place, the day 2 format handled rewarding consistency a little bit better than the day 3 format. But regardless of the formats, we have a lot to talk about, including some of my favorite moments from the event that we'll be looking at in just a minute. But first, I'd like to talk about the structure of Winter Royale as an open event and why I didn't personally care for how it ran overall. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but we'll get into it. Winter Royale was seemingly a duos cash cup infused with tons of money as a gift to the competitive community from Epic Games just before the holidays, and for that I'm very thankful and can appreciate the event from a very grounded perspective. However, the kind of competitor in me and deep thinker, the analytical thinker, definitely wishes it was something a little bit more. I would have loved to see Winter Royale as more than just an inflated cash cup. I've said it in the past, I miss the kind of large productions and the sport of Fortnite as an esport. It feels like the old day of watching official broadcasts with casters and, crazy camera angles jumping into big end games is almost entirely gone, and we're left with a very automated online esport, which to me is just a little less interesting. But again, I can respect the event that we were given and continue to hold hope of seeing some great events to come in the future. But no Fortnite event is immune to issues and controversy, and Winter Royale is no exception. Without covering too many specifics, there for sure was a bug that would cause players to seemingly not be rewarded for their points in a game during their Winter Royale series. I witnessed this firsthand on EU with my partner after a 14-point game was not counted, but at the time I just wasn't aware that the points would later be added on. This bug, or in some cases this exploit, was allegedly used by many players to cheat the system into not immediately rewarding the players with their points, keeping them in lower point lobbies for easier games. As I said before, I don't want to dive into any specifics, but if you have the time, I definitely recommend watching that Denver guy's video on the topic, where he kind of investigates some of the alleged players who've been using this exploit to earn additional points easily. Regardless of whether or not teams were using this bug, there's no doubt that this issue has an impact on the final results of the leaderboard, and it's a little disappointing to see another example of kind of like lacking competitive integrity from Epic Games. To be fair, issues happen, so I don't feel too harshly about this, but at the very least, it's unfortunate. It's not like they added a sword in the the beginning of the tournament or anything, so it's not like they're specifically missing out on competitive integrity, but yeah, it just kind of sucks to see that there's a literal impact on how the games were running and where the points ended up. In any case, I rounded up a few clips from the event, some pretty funny ones, pretty crazy ones. Let's go ahead and check them out.
And it goes through here. Kanata and Clicks both found outside Storm. They're on low ground. He's trying to get these shots. He gets found by someone even deeper in Storm. Kanata comes out and hits him from behind though. Pick up Glitch. There's a flopper there. If Kanata can try to get to, he does. He secures the flopper. He's got the match too. He's going to keep building this one out. Don't know about winning this. It's going to be pretty tough, but he could get top 3 or top 2. those, the RPG is coming out. This turns into a low ground fight. Kanata come through this way. He's trying to find the angle, and all his players doing. He takes him out. There's also a slow fish on there. He didn't get it. I think it's a 2v1 right now. He drops the RPG on him. Cracks the shield off. He might have this. Kanata can win this one. He's going to reload the RPG. It's his turn to clutch it up. Clicks has clutched a couple for him today. He gets the knock. He can't get the siphon. Does he eat the flopper in time? He does. He goes up to 60 health. Oh my gosh. He can't get the finish. The shots come out. Oh.
Do you practice your aim? Get better ping. Come on. Just watch your head. Those kids are at the top ridge.
Yeah, we need to go just north. Don't even go northeast. There's gas stations. Come north.
Okay. Knocked one. On the hill. Oh my god! You need to put pressure on that somehow?
Yo, there's no way. So some pretty crazy stuff and funny stuff, especially that aim assist clip from Unknown Army, and Booga, the World Cup champion, still going strong in the competitive scene. You love to see it. All in all, the Winter Royale was a very large, fun event that for me personally wasn't as fulfilling as I'd like it to be, but was a great gift to the competitive community and an opportunity for so many players out there. If anything, I want to continue to push myself to become a better competitor, and who knows, maybe I'll find myself much higher up on the leaderboards next time. With Winter Royale featuring 3 different formats, I feel hopeful that Epic has collected some data and can push the competitive scene towards a better, stable format for future events. But we'll have to wait and see what comes next after the new year. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to all, wherever you may be, whatever you celebrate, and Happy New Year as we step another day closer to the year 2020. Now I pass it to you. What do you think of the Winter Royale? What was your favorite format? Leave me a comment down below. As always, thanks for checking out the video. Please don't leave without leaving a like. I definitely appreciate it again. And I'll see you on the next video.
Do you feel your bones start to shake? Do you feel the earthquake? Do you feel the fire inside of me? Do you see the sparks that I'm setting free? Does the beat take you over? You just